Hi everyone, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today I'm going to be doing Mirio Togata or Lemillion from My Hero Academia. So portrait close up as usual, and we're going to start with his right eye. The best thing about Mirio is that, well, the easiest thing about his eyes is that it's just eyebrows and an iris and pupil. So we'll find about the middle, and we'll start with his right eyebrow. So it curves around like that first, and then it ticks up to there, and then we make this thicker, follow that shape, it gets a bit thicker at the end, and then box it off then at the end like that. We have the iris of his eye then, just underneath, so it curves around underneath there, kind of a U shape like that. And then there's an iris in here as well, like that. And we'll come over and we'll do the other one. So pretty close to this one, we do a curved line again, like this. And then we'll bring it up diagonal towards the side of his face. And then the same as the other eyebrow, up here, box it off at the end. Then we'll do the other iris, curve it around like a U sort of shape, and then the pupil inside there again. Like this. So in the anime his eyes are blue, and in the manga his eyes are mostly black with a shine. So depending on what way you wanted to colour it. Right, we'll come down to the middle. His nose is pretty easy as well. Come down from inside this eyebrow, and we'll just do a little shape like that. And you could do some hatching lines just across the top of that nose, because he's got kind of a flat sort of shape for a nose, kind of like this. And then we'll come down a bit more and we'll do his mouth. So his mouth is open, he's kind of talking in this one. So we just do a diagonal line across here. So it's kind of, you could leave it like that if you wanted his mouth closed. But for an open mouth, we're going to curve it around here. Curve it around this side. And then we'll bring these together. And it's kind of wider over this side. Like this. So top teeth, we'll do a line for that. Curve it around up to there. And then we have the bottom teeth. So it curves down from the top teeth on both sides to there. And in here is all dark. And we're going to add some dark sections on the sides too. So we do a line in here and color this section in black. And we'll do a line here and color this section in dark as well. Of course, you can add some details for these teeth if you'd like. It's not essential. People will get the idea if you leave it white. You're just making the back teeth look kind of squarer, and maybe some shadow in there at the back, kind of like that. So you'll come down a little bit more, find where your chin would be. So it's about the same distance from the nose to the mouth to the chin. It's kind of even, you know, proportions of the face. So the mouth is halfway usually between the nose and the chin. So if you find that, that's the halfway distance, and then you'll find where the bottom of your chin is. So it's about down here. This then, we can frame in his face. So we can go up around for the jaw. And this travels all the way up towards his ear, where his hair starts as well. And this will come up on the other side, comes to his jaw about here, just above the mouth, and then travels up at a different angle towards the eyebrows. So then his hair. So his hair is kind of, he's got a kind of a mullet going on and some spiky hair up the top. So we'll frame this all around and then we'll do his ears. So we just do some hairlines coming up here for sideburns, and you can do the same over the other side. Like that. And then this will start to travel up, spiking zigzag lines kind of thing. You could do this many different ways, of course. Give it your own style. But it's just a simple hairline for a male anime character. That's it. All the way down. Comes back down then to his sideburns here. So then his ears, just above his eyebrows. That's the top. Comes down like that, just underneath his eyes there. And then you can add those lines for bones and ligaments and stuff. Easiest way is just a J, like that. Of course, if you want to make it more detailed, you can add a bit more for the inside of the ear. Different shapes and shadows. In around like this. Kind of like that. And then you do pretty much the same thing on the other side. So we'll do the top of his ear here. Similar shape. Doesn't have to be the exact same. Comes down to here. And then you can do your lines inside. You could do just the J shape, or you can make it more complicated like the other one. Adding some shadows. Kind of like that. They're not exactly the same on both sides, but it doesn't really matter. A lot of people don't really look at the ears on characters. It's mostly about the eyes and things. And then we will do his hair going around the top of his head. So drill flat on the sides here. So we bring it up like this, just past that hairline, and then it will travel in this way. And we do the same over here. It's kind of a straight up kind of shape. It's got some bumps and things along it just to show that his hair is going behind his head. And then you could do some of those hairlines that show that it's like going behind his head. You're just doing, just to show that it's kind of slicked back going behind his ears. Kind of like that. And the same over here. So just to show that it's traveling behind his ears. And then we start to spike it up around his head. So we small spikes here, bigger one here, smaller ones. You could do these anyway, of course, as long as you just get the general shape and feel for them. They kind of get bigger in the middle and they get smaller as we go behind the head. Kind of like that. You can make some of the lines thicker if you wanted. And then you can add some hairlines going in towards the center of his head. Kind of like that. Coming up from his hair here also. Have a bit of fun with it, try and see what type of hair you want to give him. But just simple lines is enough usually. Right, we can go down then and do his neck. So it comes down from the ears. You just have a line coming down like that. real thick neck. He's a real muscular character. Same on the other side. This one is actually longer than this one in the drawing, so you could keep them even, or you could just have it different. It doesn't really matter. And the hair behind the neck is sort of long hair that comes out behind his neck, curves down from the ear, curving all around like this. And of course, if I go too fast, guys, just pause the video, hit the space bar, or if you're on a phone, of course, just tap the screen, I think. All this hair curving down and around like that. And then of course there's various hairlines coming out from there as well, just to give it that hair look. Bit of shadow behind the ear coming out, and we can go over and do the same over here. So it's curving out, back in, curve 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 out, back in, and then add your texture lines or hair lines. Give it some texture. Right, we can finish his neck. He's got a cape around his neck, so we'll do, so the lines just for his trapezius muscles, just coming out here from the neck, both sides. And then his cape will come down around here, from the trapezius, curving down. And then he's got neck muscles inside here. So, let's see, boom. So, from his jaw, we give him one coming down this way. And then another kind of line just here, and then we can do something similar over here. So a line coming down for neck muscle there, maybe a little bit of hatching or something there, and then that looks good enough. Maybe just one more here for like his sort of Adam's apple kind of area in there. And right, the rest of his cape. So his cape comes in under his sort of costume. The top of his costume just here comes across, comes along, and then his cape will come out of this. So you do just a line across the bottom, and then the shape for his cape comes out and off my page there on the edge. So folding, lines for folds, coming out from here. You could add various hatching for shadow if you wanted, of course. You don't have to. This one, so then the cape goes up around on his shoulders and around, back around his neck. So you add just some bumps here, coming down in around like that. So fabric, it's just real flowy lines, and then it's kind of dark inside here. Pretty much the same thing on the other side. So we have his cape comes out here, comes down around, and we have another line just here, down around in there, flowing wavy lines in around here, and then goes off the page, and this breastplate comes across, and we have a line just for his straps on the side of that, just there, and some shadow in here. And then there is a kind of a shadow just underneath his neck. So real dark, just following the shape for his neck. And it's all black inside. And as usual, you can add loads more hatching, build it up, or you can color it. So you can add like hatching along the sides of his neck, on his face, anything like that. So like hatching is just these sort of lines that follow one direction usually. Simple kind of things like this, or if you cross hatch, it makes it look like it's a darker shadow, kind of like that. Up around his neck. Could do one in here maybe, so kind of as much as you wanted. You can make some of these fold lines thicker. These are called line weights. So it's making some lines heavier. Makes the drawing more interesting sometimes. Kind of like this. Just making some areas just a bit thicker. But anyway, there he is. That's the basic idea. Lemillion, or Mirio Togata, from My Hero Academia. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Just quickly, I forgot to mention, color in his pupils black. Okay, that's it. Bye.